Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is a little bit after 1 o'clock in Chicago, Illinois here. Sorry, I'm running a little bit late. Had a little bit of a hard time getting together today's trivia because today is Tuesday, May 17th, 2022. And I just noticed that I scheduled this live stream for the wrong time. So hopefully that didn't throw too many people off for today. My mistake. I don't know what was going on. I just had like a brain fart. So I scheduled it the wrong time. Thanks for everyone for tuning in at the correct time for the live stream today. My apologies. Oh, man. I think I've just been rushing on a lot of things lately. And yeah, things are just slipping through the cracks. I scheduled the live stream for the wrong time today. Last week, there was a clip of video that was missing from the Reebok Float Ride Energy 4 video. So things are just slipping. I got it back together. All right, we're gonna take a breath. And we'll get started. Let's try that again. Yo, what's going on? It is 1:05 p.m. here now in Chicago, Illinois. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Everyone listening on the podcast, the audio only version. Hopefully you're having a good day out there. The beautiful weather is beautiful here in Chicago. Just absolutely gorgeous. It is like springy, like seasonable weather, and just absolutely fantastic. I had a great run out there today. All right. Yeah, everyone watching this also on YouTube after the fact, hopefully you're having a good day and you're at a point in the day where you can relax, take a couple of deep breaths if you need to, and get recharged. All right, so we've got the game for today, and for the thumbnail, I posted an elevation profile, and Frank says, it's really hard without even the altitude, ticks, or mileage. Don't worry, the game's going to be a lot easier. Some of these are going to be, I think, pretty easy for you guys to pick out or even just guess without even knowing what the elevation profiles are. But I think for all of these, I will be able to tell you, or you'll be able to see what the mileage is and what the overall elevation, like the peaks and valleys, are. So you'll get a sense of what the race is. And for some of you, the ones that have run these races before, like I thought, you know what, should I try to find like a Strava posting of the elevation profile, or should I go with like the course elevation profile from the website? Because then, like, if you've seen it before, sometimes the websites, they go over the map and they'll add labels or they'll put graphic designs behind it and get really fancy. And so some of them, like, you might be able to tell just by looking at it because you recognize the picture of the map or the elevation profile from when you were preparing for it. So I think overall it should be pretty easy. There aren't too many super tough ones in here. So hopefully you guys have fun with it. But first, let's say hi to a couple more people. We got Sean Devlin in here. It says, hey, everyone, waving fast. And he meant to say waving fast 5 on the trails today, and it felt good. Nice. David Sachs also giving a nice wave emoji. Good to see you, David. And yeah, Lou says, whoa, I thought it was supposed to be at 3 Eastern time. Yeah, I messed it up. I don't know why I scheduled it for 2 p.m. instead of 1 p.m., the normal live stream time. Just brain's not working today. Eric Paramon's here. Eric, was this game your idea? I forget whose idea was it. I thought it was Frank, but Frank mentioned yesterday it wasn't his idea. So, yeah. So maybe it was Eric's idea? I don't know. Whoever's idea it was, thanks for the idea. I think it's going to be fun. Hillary Thornton says, hey, from sunny Atlanta. Hopefully it's not too humid for you. And Lou says, the New York City weather today rocks. The hyperhumidity finally broke with the crazy rain yesterday. Well, hopefully, Lou, the weather will hold. I'm coming out to New Jersey, to be more accurate, well, and New York, this weekend. I just posted in the Capuzzi Run Club Strava group the group run details with Ben Parks and Sarah Place. It'll be Friday. I think a lot of you guys have already, who are going to come, have already registered your, not you have to register, you just click a button that says I'm in. Have already said that you're planning on coming, and I appreciate that very much. So it gives us an idea of how many people to kind of expect. So it's going to be 4 o'clock. We're meeting close to it's near, Ben says it's near where the packet pickup is, where the expo is. I don't know. I'm not running the race, so I'm kind of just whatever's convenient for Ben. And then he says it's near there. Ben made the route. So, I think the likelihood of getting lost on the route goes down substantially when another person has made it. We'll go down south for a little bit, do a loop around, and then cross underneath the Brooklyn Bridge, and then end kind of on the other side of the bridge from where we started. All still on the Brooklyn side, but on the east side versus the west side kind of thing. So it should be a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. That's at 4 p.m. local. So 4 p.m. in the East Coast time. I tried to do a countdown on Instagram today, and I was like, no, it's not 4 p.m. Oh, wait, I think I still messed it up. Yeah, I think I messed up the countdown. But go to the Strava link. The Strava link says 4 p.m. That I can now I'm like second guessing myself. It's 4 p.m. 4 p.m. is the time. I'll make corrections everywhere else that I need to. Oh boy. Today's going to be tough. All right. Oh, Adam says it was his idea. Okay, sorry about that. It was Adam's idea. Great idea, Adam. All right. Let's get to the game. Ultra Dad wants to know, are these courses road or trail or both? They are trail ultras. Wait, no. They're trail races. One of them is not an ultra. So, not an ultra distance, but they're all trail races. So, and you'll get a sense of that. Let's get into the first one. I think that's going to make it a little bit easy for you guys to kind of see where I'm going with this. All right. Here is the first one. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can share it. And here we go. We're sharing it now. Hopefully you guys can see it. It looks like this race is a 100-mile race. And it starts at about a little bit over 6,000 feet, climbs till a little bit shy of 9,000 feet. And then overall, I'd say it's a net downhill course. But there is plenty of climbing involved in this one. Yeah, you're going to be going through some canyons and some valleys. And Stevie76 says, what is New Vienna? And I thought that this would be an easy one for this group here. And you guys have gotten it already. Like everyone figured it out right away. Pretty much instantly. Eric had Western States. Frank had Western States. Hillary Thornton, Western States. Adam, Western States. And Ultra Dad also. Western States 100. Man, you guys took zero time to get that one right. Luis said it was the La Lumorosa Trail, Tecate, Mexico. Oh. Yeah, I mean, all I heard when that one was Tecate, and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds pretty delicious right now. I could go for one of those. So yeah, it is definitely the Western States Endurance Run, 100 miles, 1-day race. And the difficult thing was for some of these, it was hard. Like one of them, I think it's the next one you'll see, I had to like blur out like the aid station names because I feel like you could probably recognize the race from the aid station names. So that was another thing that I had to do too. Eric says, now I also wanted Tecate. Yeah. See, I feel like maybe I need to get some Tecates for Thursday's happy hour because now that's like all I can think about. It's been a while since I've had a Tecate. All right. CV76 chipping in with a beer. Awesome. All right. That was a pretty easy one. You guys got that one fast. And I apologize to everyone because I think everyone's like waiting for the live stream because I accidentally put it at 2:00 start time instead of the normal 1:00. And I'm still, I can't figure out why I did that. But all right, we will forge ahead. And I apologize to everyone for the time error. All right, this next one is the one where I had to blur out all the aid station names. It is a 100K race, starts at about 4,000 feet, climbs a little bit, and then it then goes through a bunch of decline. But that's not all. It's not all downhill. I think that of all the videos that I've seen of people who have run this course, the word that most frequently gets used to describe this course is punchy. And people always say that like the course is much more difficult than the elevation profile would suggest, and that the climbs are a lot tougher than it looks on the map. So yeah, so let's get some guesses in here. In the meantime, we'll say hey to Will. What's going on, Will? Hopefully doing all right. I hear the weather's nice in New York right now, so good to see you. KCA Ritual Running says, hello, Co & Co with a nice wave. What's going on, Casey? Luis Becerra says, Caballo Blanca Chihuahua Trail Race. Now I want some Chihuahua cheese, so I could go for a nice quesadilla right now. So a quesadilla and a Tecate. Luis, you know, people always talk about how I make them hungry during the live stream, but at least you're the one getting me hungry today. Eric Eric looks at this elevation profile and says just crickets. And Adam says it's not me walk. CV76 says Bueller, but I think Ultra Dad's gonna clean up on this one. Although I don't know, we'll have to see. But he had this one pretty much right away. I was waiting to see if there'll be any other guesses. He came in with the Canyons. It's not Canyons 100K. Oh, that's I see. I got confused. See, because it's not Canyons. It is, which for a long time I thought they were the same race, and maybe you meant to say Black Canyon. I'm not sure, but it is the Black Canyon 100K. So I'll give you like partial credit for that one, Ultra Dad. But yeah, so this is the one that I would wanted to try and run this year, and then kind of like I had the opportunity to run Tokyo, which ended up not working out. But I was only on the wait list for Black Canyon anyway. But this is the one that I wanted to try and run this year because I do love running generally in Arizona. I've never been up on the trails out there, but Arizona running I find to be generally enjoyable. So I wanted to give it a try. And then I was like, oh yeah, wait. Black Canyons is the race that Steven Ganoza ran when he was, I think this was before he became Serious Runner. I don't know if you guys ever watched that series of videos that he made where he was getting ready and preparing for Black Canyon. And he ran the race and he had to DNF because like in the middle of the race, like he just started peeing blood. And so it was like, maybe this race is harder than I thought. Not that I thought it would be easy, but yeah. Yeah, Eric says, I thought Canyons 100K was uphill. Yeah, I think it is because it's like backwards of the Western States course, right? Which I only realized that like a couple months ago. So it's not knowledge I've had for a long time. Yeah. So Frank says, I did not have that one. I figured it had to be East Coast. You thought this one was the East Coast one? Is there a lot of 4,000 foot? Yeah, I mean, it's not that high. There could be 4,000 feet peaks. Yeah. I just don't really know that much about mountains. Hillary says, lucky to get partial credit, Ultra Dad. Some days you get lucky. Yeah. And Eric says that, yep, that's Arizona. All right. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe this game is going to be harder than I thought it was going to be. I don't know. But I guess like I don't know that I would. I mean, I looked at this elevation profile a lot when I was thinking about running it. So, yeah. I don't know that I would have been able to pick it out either. All right. Let's get to number 3 for today. They're going to get harder. This is the only one that is not an ultra distance. It's in kilometers, and to give you a hint, whoops, oh no. I accidentally gave you guys a sneak peek of what it is, but I don't think the name of the race was on that next slide. All right. So this race starts out at 454 meters in elevation and gets to a peak of 2,553 meters of elevation. I'm not really sure how much that is in feet. I mean, I usually just multiply it by 3. So I would say like 7,500, 8,000 feet total of peak height. And the distance is 31 kilometers. It looks like we got some more people here. Ines is here, says hi, Kupuzine, everybody. Dad Runner Al, Shannon's here. Sorry, everybody. I scheduled the live stream for the wrong time for no real reason. So sorry about that. Yeah, so right now we're playing a game of, I'll show you a course profile, elevation profile, and you have to guess what it is. The only hint is that these are trail races. This is the only one that's not an ultra distance. So this one's gonna be tougher. And so here we go. We got some guesses here. Eric thinks it's Zagama. Frank says it's Mount Marathon. Luis says Cafe Jalisco Trail. All right, love it. Adam says Gran Canaria. Ultra Dad thinks it's also Zagama. Frank says Mount Marathon is only 5K. Mount Marathon, is that the one that's in Alaska? That could be the only 5K marathon that you run though, right? I guess. Eric thinks that Canary is a good guess too. Runtime thinks it's Comrades. That's a good guess because that's Zagama and Comrades were two that I was thinking about putting in this one, but I'm like, I don't know. Well, I guess this one is pretty like for Americans here. It's going to be pretty obscure. Yeah, but none of those are it. None of you guys have it yet. Joe Master says it looks smooth, but I think that's one of those things where like looks are going to be really deceiving. I did watch the coverage of this race last year, and it looks very rigorous. I wouldn't say it's like I mean, I think it's one of the faster races in this series, but it looked really, really tough to me. Yeah, and Hillary's got it. Hillary got it right. He came in with Sierra Zinal. So here's like the picture that I have of it. Yeah, you can kind of see where it says Sierra in the satellite map below. And then if you scrolled up a little bit on this web page, you would see it say Sierra Zinal real big. But I wanted to give you guys a better look at like not only the image that I showed you, but also like the more colorful full map that the race provides. So that's that one right there. Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys watched the coverage of that race last year. I only saw it like on YouTube. I don't know if it was available elsewhere. But I was just like, man, these guys, the group that puts together the coverage for this race, is it Golden Series? Is that what it's called? That group that's putting together the coverage, and then like they're doing it in multiple languages. And I know that they're putting together their race coverage not live, so because they're like splicing in interviews and all that stuff. Or I don't think it's live. They're splicing in interviews and all that stuff. But it's like really amazing, and it made it very, very exciting to watch a 31-kilometer trail race. Super cool. And then just watching the runners as they come through the towns and stuff, it was just like super intense. And I'm like, I gotta experience that. I want to go see that. That looks awesome. Dad or Al wants to know if anyone wore the Zinals at the race. I think the race was before the shoe came out, I want to say. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't remember. Adam says, yeah, Hillary had watched the Golden Trail World Series. I mean, the coverage is great. I mean, that's how, like, I mean, imagine if they could do that kind of coverage for trail races here. I think that maybe in order to do that, you might need to have some smaller trail race. I think it's hard to do that kind of coverage over 100 miles, but over 30K, I mean, I don't know how long the other races are in the Golden Trail Series, to be honest. Adam says the Mountain Marathon is in Seward, Alaska, July 4th. 5 kilometers up and down, 2,500 feet. Yeah, that's the one where like people always come back like just absolutely filthy because on the way down they're falling, right? That one's pretty amazing. I just watched someone else's video on that. I'm trying to think of whose video I just saw. I know Ali Ostrander has won that one like at least once, right? And then there was someone else that just like made a video about that race. I'm trying to remember who it was. General Al says the Golden Trail Series is awesome. Yeah, they're bringing a lot of excitement, I think, to the sport for sure. And it's like I don't know. There's nothing like I can feel like. I mean, it feels like you're watching like a race, like when you're watching like a car racing. You know, it has that feel to it where like there's a lot of action happening all over the course, and you got to follow it all, but they're bringing you to it, and then also getting like pretty just epic footage at the same time. So. Hillary says that COVID had really taken the steam out of the Golden Trail World Series, but it was great coverage. Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to watching some more of that. All right, let's get to the next one. I think we're already on number 4. I think we're going to get through this trivia pretty quickly today. All right, number 4. This one, I had to blur out kind of like some of the graphic design elements that they put on it. But this is a 50-mile race starting out at about, looks like 500 feet and then climbing all the way up to about, what is that? 17 or 1,800 feet. Comes down to a little valley, a little bit more climbing, and then a big plunge. And then I would say relatively flat. I'm not going to say it's flat because it's probably nothing close to flat, but then it looks really relatively flat after about mile 16. Man, when you guys know it, you guys like really know it. You're amazing. Before we get to the answer, though, Adam says that Elio won it once as an adult, but several times in the junior race, which only goes halfway up. And she's from Alaska, and Nordic skiers often win it. Yeah, that's the first time I really saw power. When I saw, like, I don't think I ever saw her win it, like, live, right? But, like, I'd never seen such aggressive, like, the hands-on knees thing. You know, when they're like hiking up the hill, like that kind of power hiking. I mean, I'd seen it before, but like not to the extent that they're using it on this kind of race and the speeds that they're using to climb. It's just absolutely amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like such an amazing race, but also crazy that she's won it. I mean, it's not super surprising, but it's just like, wow. Okay. Cool. Very impressive. All right. Eric says some profiles are so distinctive. Also, despite my being French and American, metric profiles always screw with my head. Yeah. So everyone has gotten it right. Eric says it's Eric had JFK 50. He came in first. Lou Klein also with JFK. Adam says JFK 50. Hillary got it. Joe Mazur said a snake ate an elephant. And Brandon said this one is the JFK 50. LOL. Nice. And Shannon says the JFK is the only big flat 50 miler that I know. Is it flat? It doesn't. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't look flat to me. I was thinking about the. Oh yeah. Hillary says Jamil did the good series on Mount Marathon that post release. That's the one that I just watched. It was Jam Jam. Who put that out? It was really good. It was really entertaining to watch that. Yeah. So thanks for the help on that one, Hillary. That's definitely the one that I was just thinking of. But yeah, I put this one into the trivia for this week because I just finished listening to the audiobook of My Year Running Dangerously, which I didn't realize was written by Tom Foreman, who's a reporter for CNN. So it's like it's a book that keeps like kind of showing up in like my suggested for you kind of books. And I'd always kind of like just went by it and I was like, you know, whatever. I'm not that interested. And then Tom Foreman started following me on Twitter. And then so I followed him back and I was like, not every day the CNN reporter follows me on Twitter. And then I was like, oh, he's the one that wrote that book? All right, well, I'll give it a listen. So I gave it a listen. He talks quite a bit. That was his big kind of like culmination. For the book as when he was running the JFK 50s, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's what was just on top of mind. All right. Yeah, Lou wants to know, was that video that Jamil put on YouTube? Yeah, I think it was. It was. I mean, that's how I know about it. So I don't know if he put it on the Aravepa page or on Run Steep Get High, that one. I don't remember where I saw it, but I bet you if you looked up Mount Marathon and Jamil, you'd probably find it right away. Yeah, Vincent, what's going on? Vincent says, hey, Co, I'm disappointed in the Streak Fly. After waiting for so long. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's a shoe that like I'm not. I mean, I suppose I should look at it because I do like the Takumi-sen so much, and I feel like those two kind of go head to head really nicely. And then if I get that one, then it's like, well, maybe I'll get like the New Balance SC Pacer. But I'm like, I don't really do fast distances that much or short distances. So I'm like, I don't know if I need that shoe. And there's already so many that I want to spend more time looking at, you know? So I don't know if I'll get to that one. Adam wants to know if I might do a review of the Metaspeed LD, the non-spike track shoe. I feel like that would be a really fun shoe to take on a steeplechase. So I'm kind of hoping that I can find myself a pair for July. Is that when it is? Yeah, July is when that USATF Masters Championship is. So maybe. Otherwise, I'll be running in the old Adidas Avanti spike. I know they have like a new Avanti. I have the old one, but like, yeah, I don't run enough in spikes to really necessitate updating spikes like every year, I think. So I'm probably just running it again, but we'll see. I'm super, I mean, I remember seeing that spike. I saw it back last August when we were at the A6 HQ before Falmouth and just thinking like, this thing is crazy. What is going on with this spike? It's absolutely amazing. And it looks super awesome. And I remember from that weekend, every shoe that they showed me, and they showed me like a bunch of the shoes in like the Eugene colorways. I didn't get a chance to get a sneak peek of the Metaspeed Sky Plus. I don't know if it was ready back then, but I saw a bunch of shoes in that like Eugene green kind of colorway. And I remember thinking like, what would also look good? You know what other colorway would look good like this? And they'd be like, what? I'd be like, Kill Bill yellow. And I said that for like 5 or 6 shoes in a row, and I think they started to get really annoyed. But yeah, I think that spike would look good in a yellow and black. That's just me. Especially for that spike though, because I think it has a very similar silhouette. I mean, the most similar of any other Asics shoe to the old Mexico 66. Or the Onitsuka Tai Chi. I think I've read up a lot on the Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon shoes, and apparently there's 3 different yellow Asics that he wore over the course of the movie. I think the Tai Chi was the one he actually wore the most. But anyway, those yellow and the black. And I'm like, if there was an Asics spike in yellow and black, man, that'd be pretty intense. I would love it. Dad Morale says, does anyone watch Corey Runs or Full Tilt Forward channels? I've been watching Corey for a while now, and it's weird. I messaged him the last time I was back in New Jersey, which was I think like right around a little bit before Easter. I think I was back there because I don't know if you guys know about Corey Runs or Corey. He is a reporter for WPIX, one of the local news channels, and so I'm at home. I'm at my parents' house, and it's in the afternoon, and I've just got the local news on. And all of a sudden I hear his voice and I'm like, wait a minute. I know that voice. Where do I know that voice from? I'm looking at the TV. I'm like, oh, it's Corey. What's Corey doing on TV? I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. He's on TV for like a living, So, so it was really funny to see that. And I messaged him and told him about it. So yeah. Diego Gaspar says, hey, Co, got my non-elite hat delivered this weekend. It looks awesome. Can't wait to sport it at Eugene weekend. Awesome. So cool, Diego. Thanks for getting one. Mark says, the Bruce Lee spikes are onto something, Co. Yeah, I mean, here, what Asics told me about it, though. I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but I think that the sense that I got was that as much as like I think that would be awesome, I think that Asics HQ is a little bit less excited about it because of the fact that I think of Kill Bill, I call it the Kill Bill yellow, and I think of Kill Bill as it pays homage to Enter the Dragon, but like some people associate it with like the absolute gore and violence of the Kill Bill movie, and so like it doesn't really fit in with the brand standards of Asics, the sound mind, sound body. So I think that's kind of why like we're not seeing like a Kill Bill yellow anything. I feel like the closest we're gonna get is like the like that lime green that I always think looks like yellow of like the Magic Speed. That's like probably as close as we're gonna get. I think that's what I think. Yeah. So that's the full story on like why we're never gonna see that. So, but I don't know. Maybe in years after, like once, like, I mean, I think that movie came out a long time ago, and then there was there 2 or 3 of them? There was like a trilogy, right? I think there was at least 2. And as I think as we get further and further detached from that, we will just remember, a movie with a strong female lead that plays homage to a Bruce Lee movie, and then maybe not like the gore of it, and then maybe it could happen. So I don't know, but I keep trying to like hint like, hey, maybe this would be a good idea, and every time I just get like I get the sense that like they've asked, like ASICS America maybe has asked, and then Global ASICS has said no, maybe. Stevie76 says, you know when Kofuzi is serious when he does nunchuck moves with his selfie stick. You know which runner? Here's an interesting trivia for Trivia Tuesday. Do you know which runner, professional ultra distance runner, who actually incorporates nunchucks into his weekly training regimen? Does anyone know who it is? He posts about it all the time. Not, I guess, all the time. I don't know if he does it all the time, but he posts about it regularly on Instagram. Nobody, no guesses. It's Rajpal, who runs for Hoka. He has been incorporating nunchucks into his like core strengthening routine, and some of his like off the road training, and he's gotten pretty good at it. So check him out on Instagram. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. Luke Lyon said maybe it was Sage. That'd be pretty funny. I think that'd be fun. I can only imagine, like, because there's so many people that just love to give Sage grumpy comments, and he handles it like a champ. I don't know how he does it. He has such patience. But can you imagine how grumpy the comments would be if Sage started doing that on his Instagram? Oh man, yeah. Dad thinks that maybe it was Goggins, and Lou thinks maybe Walmsley. I could see it Walmsley, but you guys were in the right path. It was a Hoka runner. So, yeah. Bob Baxter says it'd be Nick Bear blatantly. And then Frank says, "Don't worry, I'm a vegetarian." Flack. Oh, that's so funny. Oh man, you guys are hilarious. Shannon says it's Rajpal Panu. I think I always say his name wrong. I forgot. My apologies, but he came close to beating the 100K road record, except for the same day that he ran his 100K on the roads at the Carbonex 2 event. Walmsley also ran that day and ran a lot faster than him. So he's a pretty accomplished runner in his own right. But on that one particular day, he was overshadowed a bit by Walmsley. And so he ran CIM this last winter in December. I remember that. I remember seeing photos from that. I never had a chance to connect with him down there or up there. But he's been doing some interesting stuff on his Instagram. Denner Al said it was SJD. He says, "LOL, no way." Yeah, that'd be funny. Oh man. Adam says if Sage was doing it, he would definitely add, "Don't worry, I'm a vegetarian." Yeah. Every time I see like on TikTok or on Instagram, people posting footage of themselves like seeing wildlife, I always want to say to my phone, like, you have to let the animal know that you're a vegetarian. Or are you a vegetarian? You better let them know if you are. It's something that it's just a conversation I have in my head. I don't know. All right. Let me see. Do I have more here? Yeah, here's the whole thing for the JFK 50. I'm not sure. Was that the last one? Oh, I got one more. Here we go. Oh yeah. Okay. Now I remember what this is that I'm looking at here. Let me bring it up so you guys can see it too. One more. And you know what? I didn't show you guys what I was looking at here. So this was like that full, like from the webpage of the JFK 50. Oh, by the way, other trivia about the JFK 50. I'm guessing everyone that guessed JFK 50 right away probably already knew this. But the reason why it's called JFK 50 is because during his presidency, JFK was like, we are out of shape as a nation. And they started promoting all these events. I don't know if the federal government put them on or was encouraging local run groups to put on or something, but there was a push from the executive branch to host 50-mile races all across the country. But after JFK's assassination, a lot of those just kind of went away. This was one of the few that lived on. And so, yeah, I don't know if you guys knew that. I had no idea. So it's like, man, like think about it. Reagan gave us the Presidential Fitness Awards, where like you had to like sit and touch your toes, right? And that was fitness. A generation earlier, JFK was like, we got to get in shape. 50-mile races for everybody in the era before modern sneakers, right? Like that is just absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. I didn't like, that's a fact that I actually knew before I looked up the trivia today from Tom Foreman's book, My Year Running Dangerously. So, yeah. So there's that. All right. So let's get back to the next one. This race, this is the last one for today. This race is 135 miles long. So it's a 135-mile race. The time markers are on the bottom are from a car that drove this course. So I guess maybe it's not technically a trail race then. But when, I mean, if those of you who know where it is, you'll be like, yeah, you can call that one a trail race. But yeah, so this is a, it starts at below, I think it starts below sea level technically. And then there's a little blip in the middle, and then you end up at the top of a mountain a little bit. I think it's like closer to 8,000 feet. So, but man, is it the 135 that did it? The 135 like that that helped you guys figure it out, or do you guys just know all these elevation profiles all that well? Because you guys got it like right away. Shannon goes, it's bad water, duh. Like we're all supposed to know what this is just by looking at it. I think it's so funny. It's so obvious to her, but we're just like, oh, I don't know. Yeah. Hillary Thornton said, yeah, bad water. Luke Klein says, yeah, bad water. Awesome. Matt says it could have been done in a rally car, and because Adam says it's bad water, but I don't think you could drive to the top. Yeah, I'm not sure, but here's what I have. So I went to the Badwater website, and they said that you can get a like a Garmin export of the race, right? And so like there is that elevation profile. They said it's race route recon by car. So they started in Death Valley, which I believe is below sea level, right? I guess maybe it depends on what part of Death Valley you're in. And then you go up to the peak of Mount Whitney. Is that what it is? Mount Whitney. And so I'm assuming you can drive. Shannon says it's on roads, right? Because Sally ran it in her Invincibles. Yeah. Every time I think of the Invincibles now, I think of Sally McRae. And I'm just like, that woman runs in those Invincibles everywhere. Like, I mean, I feel like all the Invincibles ads should have her in it because she's just unstoppable in those shoes. Yeah, Mark Ingham says, seems like a brutal finish. Such an understatement. Oh man, that's hilarious. I love it. I can't even imagine that race. Yeah, Frank says like the 135 is what gave it away, and Hillary says the 135 for him as well. All right. Yeah, Adam says it's 135 and it's below sea level. Yeah, and Shannon says it's the 135. And Hillary says the race ends at the Whitney Portal, but not the peak. Okay, well, I'm always happy to be corrected. Dad Runner Al says the Badwater is a bucket list race for me. Oh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, maybe I would love to go watch it one day, but I don't know. Like, whew, that race just sounds so brutal. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one, but whew. Yeah, Adam says that the Whitney is the highest in the lower 48, but not the peak. The peak is 14,505. And Hurley says, yeah, it's 8,500 versus 14,505. Yeah, that is a very big difference. My apologies. Yeah. Adam Steve says, thanks for the great review of the John G line. That's the video that came out today. And he says, now that the groundwork half tights are lighter material, how do you compare them against the Rabbit pocket tights for hot weather running? I think that they're right up there. They're very similar in terms of like the heat. I think that for like super hot weather running, like I don't love half tights. because they are always going to be hotter than say split shorts. But for marathon racing, most of my marathons are not in like summer weather. So like the heat isn't always a super issue, and I always need the pockets. And then like split shorts don't usually have pockets. Although there is the John G 4-inch split short with tons of pockets. So maybe that ultimately might be like the hot weather marathon training and racing short. But for half tights, I'm not sure. Do I like the Rabbit one more? I don't know. I have a lot of good memories in those Rabbit half tights. They don't have the split pockets, which I really like the split pockets on the John G. I'd say it's pretty close. I'm not sure which one's going to be warmer. I feel like maybe the Rabbit one is a little bit warmer, but dries faster. I feel like the groundwork John G one still held on to a little bit of sweat, like at the bottom, like right at like kind of like the lower end of it, a little bit longer than I thought would be ideal. Better than the first version, but they're both really good. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to race in those to find out. I think I would enjoy racing in either one. I might lean towards the Rabbit one just because I've already raced in it a bunch of times. But really close. I don't know what the price difference is on those. That could also be a deciding factor. The Rabbit ones also have a back pocket so what I did with the Rabbit ones, I put 2 on the right side, 2 in the left, and then 2 in the back. So that's one way of kind of distributing the gels in that one. All right, I think that's it for the trivia for today, guys. And sorry everybody for a little bit of we're a very big pump fake, scheduling it for 2 p.m. local and then starting it at 1, which is the normal time. I don't know why I did that. Ethan Brown is here, says, yo, what's going on? Finally made a live stream being in Australia. It's pretty difficult. Ran my second marathon over the weekend and set a 14-minute PB. Awesome. Great job. Coming in at 3:45. And speaking of elevation, it was a net 480 millimeters of gain. That's a lot. That is a lot. I think if I do the math correctly, that's about 1,500 feet of gain in a marathon. So that is quite a bit of climbing for that distance. And a 14-minute PB. Congratulations. Great job. Great job. All right. Let's see. Where do we go? We got something from... Yeah, Luke Line says, even though that Badwater 135 is in the summer, he says it's a dry heat. That's so funny. That's spoken like a race director. Oh, very funny. Luis says, is it me or the mic keep going? Am I losing the mic? I think maybe I'm moving around a little bit too much today. I don't know. Hopefully it's not. All right. All right, guys. I think that's going to be a good place to leave it for today. Again, sorry, everybody, for the pump fake. I'm going to try to, take a big deep breath, literally and figuratively, get things sorted out for the rest of the week. Although, live stream wise, it's going to be a little bit of a short week. So we'll do a live stream tomorrow. But then Thursday, I'm flying back to New Jersey to go see my parents and then also spend some time in New York. And then... so that I won't have a live stream Thursday or Friday. So tomorrow will be the last live stream for the week. So hopefully I'll see you then, 1 p.m. Central Time. No change. Even if I mess it up, tomorrow it's going to be 1 p.m. I can't do it at 2 p.m. Central Time because then it would conflict with me having to go get the kids from school. So it's got to be 1 p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be it. We'll do it that way tomorrow, like we did today, but I'll try to schedule it for the correct time tomorrow too. All right. In the meantime, till see you guys again. Be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.